Landscapes dreamlike, beyond Earth's embrace. In New Zealand, such a place exists, a world where mountains rise like ancient guardians, where waterfalls plunge from mist-shrouded cliffs, and where deep fjords cut into the heart of the land. This is Fiordland National Park, home to the legendary Milford Sound, often called the eighth wonder of the world. To stand here is to witness nature at its most powerful, its most untouched, and its most awe-inspiring. The journey into Fiordland is an adventure in itself. Roads wind through valleys carved by glaciers thousands of years ago, past mirror-like lakes that reflect snow-capped peaks, and forests so dense they seem endless. Every turn feels like a revelation, every vista a reminder of the grandeur of this wild land. By the time you reach Milford Sound, you understand why travelers call this one of the most extraordinary places on Earth. Milford Sound is not just a sight, it is an experience. Towering cliffs rise nearly a mile from the dark waters, their faces streaked with waterfalls that tumble endlessly from the heights above. The most famous is Stirling Falls, a cascade so powerful that boats can glide beneath its spray, leaving passengers drenched but exhilarated. Nearby, Bowen Falls plunges with equal majesty, its waters feeding the sound below. These waterfalls are not occasional, they flow year-round, fed by the abundant rainfall that cloaks this region in lush greenery. As your boat glides through the fjord, the silence is broken only by the call of birds and the crash of waterfalls. The sheer scale humbles you. The walls of the fjord tower so high, the sky itself seems far away. On misty mornings, clouds drift low across the peaks, veiling the cliffs in mystery, while on clear days, the sunlight reveals the fjord's dramatic contours in stunning detail. Wildlife thrives in this untouched sanctuary. Seals bask lazily on rocky shores, dolphins leap joyfully alongside passing boats, and if you're lucky, you might spot a rare Fiordland-crested penguin, one of the world's most elusive seabirds. Beneath the surface, the waters of Milford Sound hold their own secret. A unique marine environment where black coral grows in shallow depths, creating an underwater world as fascinating as the one above. But Fiordland is more than Milford Sound alone. The entire national park, spanning over 12 square kilometers, is a wilderness of epic proportions. It is a land of remote valleys, snow-capped peaks, and countless lakes that glisten like jewels in the sunlight. For hikers, Fiordland is a dream, offering some of New Zealand's most iconic trails. The Milford Track, often called the finest walk in the world, takes adventurers through alpine meadows, over mountain passes, and past thundering waterfalls. The Routeburn and Kepler tracks provide equally unforgettable journeys, each a chance to step deeper into this world of raw beauty. What makes Fiordland so powerful is its sense of timelessness. This is not a landscape shaped by human hands, it is nature in its purest form. Here, glaciers carved valleys that still echo their ancient power. Here, rainforests grow untamed, their moss-draped trees whispering secrets of centuries past. Here, water and rock, sky and earth come together in perfect harmony, reminding us of how small we are in the face of the natural world. And yet, standing at the edge of Milford Sound, watching the sun dip low behind Mitre Peak, its sharp summit rising defiantly from the water, you feel something more than awe. You feel connection. Connection to the earth, to its rhythms, to the eternal cycles of creation that have shaped this land for millennia. Fiordland is not just a destination, it is an awakening. It is a place that humbles you, that inspires you, that reminds you of the beauty and power of our planet. To experience Milford Sound is to carry its memory forever, etched in your heart, like the cliffs that tower above the fjord. And as we leave this wonder behind, the journey through New Zealand continues, carrying us from the serenity of its fjords to the adrenaline and adventure of its next great destination. Some places on Earth feel as though they were created to stir the soul, to awaken a spirit of adventure that lies within us all. In New Zealand, That place is Queenstown, the adventure capital of the world. Set against the dramatic backdrop of Lake Wakatipu and the jagged Remarkables mountain range, Queenstown is a destination where adrenaline meets beauty, and where every sunrise promises a new thrill. This is not just a town, it is an experience. A place where the boundaries of nature and human daring collide. Queenstown's beauty is undeniable. Lake Wakatipu stretches like a shimmering mirror, its waters reflecting the snow-capped mountains that rise steeply from its shores. Legend says, the lake has a heartbeat, its waters rising and falling every few minutes, a rhythm tied to an ancient Maori tale of a sleeping giant. Whether myth or mystery, the lake adds to the enchantment of this alpine paradise. But it is not just the scenery that draws travelers here, it is the pulse of adventure that runs through every corner of this town. Queenstown is where modern bungee jumping was born. Standing on the historic Kawarau Bridge, the birthplace of this daring leap, you can feel the anticipation in the air. Brave souls dive headfirst into the gorge below, their shouts echoing against the canyon walls, while onlookers gasp in awe. It is a rite of passage for thrill seekers, a symbol of Queenstown's fearless spirit. Beyond bungee, the adventures continue. From skydiving over the Remarkables, where the world spreads out in endless beauty below, to jet boating at breathtaking speeds through narrow river canyons, Queenstown offers exhilaration in every form. For those seeking a different kind of thrill, paragliding from Bob's Peak delivers a bird's-eye view of the town, the lake, and the mountains all unfolding beneath a canopy of color as you soar silently through the sky. Even for those who prefer their adventures closer to the ground, Queenstown does not disappoint. Hiking trails wind into alpine landscapes, leading to panoramic vistas that take your breath away. The Ben Lomond Track challenges hikers with its steep climbs but rewards them with views that stretch across Fiordland to Mount Aspiring. In winter, Queenstown transforms into a snowy wonderland, with world-class ski fields like Coronet Peak and the Remarkables drawing skiers and snowboarders from across the globe. Yet, Queenstown is not just about adrenaline. The town itself is a vibrant hub where adventure and relaxation blend seamlessly. Its streets are alive with energy, filled with cafes, restaurants, and bars where travelers from around the world share stories of their day's exploits. The food scene is a delight, famous for everything from gourmet dining to the legendary Ferg Burger, where hungry adventurers line up for what many call the best burger in New Zealand. And as the day fades, Queenstown reveals a softer side. The golden light of sunset reflects off Lake Wakatipu, the mountains glowing in shades of amber and purple. It is a moment of stillness, a reminder that even in a land of thrill and adventure, there is beauty in simply being present, in watching the world shift from day to night. For those seeking a taste of New Zealand's wine culture, the nearby central Otago region offers some of the world's finest Pinot Noir. Vineyards stretch across rolling hills, their cellars inviting travelers to slow down, sip, and savor the richness of this land. It is a perfect balance to Queenstown's adrenaline-fueled energy, proof that here, life is lived to the fullest, in every way imaginable. What makes Queenstown so unforgettable is not just the activities, but the spirit of the place itself. It is a land where people come to test their limits, to conquer fears, and to find joy in the extraordinary. Whether you leap from a bridge, ski down a mountain, or simply gaze at the stars above Lake Wakatipu, Queenstown leaves you with a sense of wonder, a reminder that life is meant to be experienced in bold, daring, and beautiful ways. And so, as we leave this alpine playground, the journey carries us deeper into New Zealand's heart. Ahead lies the towering presence of Aoraki, Mount Cook, the highest peak in the land, and a symbol of majesty that calls explorers to its side. There are mountains, and then there are legends. In New Zealand, one name rises above them all: Aoraki, or Mount Cook, the tallest peak in the country and the crown jewel of the Southern Alps. Towering at 724 meters, it is more than just a mountain. It is a symbol of strength, of beauty, and of the spirit of the land itself. To the Maori, Aoraki is a sacred ancestor, a figure etched into myth and memory. To travelers, it is a destination that stirs awe and reverence. And for adventurers, it is the ultimate challenge, a place where nature demands respect. As you approach Mount Cook National Park, the world seems to transform. Jagged peaks rise like teeth against the horizon. Glaciers snake their way down into valleys, and turquoise lakes shimmer with an otherworldly glow. The most striking of these is Lake Pukaki, whose waters gleam in shades of milky blue, colored by glacial flour carried from the mountains. On a clear day, Aoraki reflects perfectly on its surface, as though heaven itself has leaned down to admire its beauty. The park is a sanctuary for explorers. Hikers from around the world come to walk its trails, each one offering a different perspective on the grandeur of the mountains. The Hooker Valley Track, one of New Zealand's most famous walks, leads across swing bridges, through alpine meadows, and alongside rushing rivers, culminating in a view that takes your breath away, the ice-capped peak of Aoraki rising above the Hooker Glacier. The path is not difficult. Universe, and our small but precious place within it. Yet beyond the physical beauty, there is a deeper spirit to Aoraki. To the Ngai Tahu people, Aoraki is not just a mountain, it is their ancestor. According to legend, Aoraki and his brothers were voyaging across the seas when their canoe capsized and turned to stone. Aoraki became the highest peak, and his brothers formed the other mountains of the Southern Alps. This story infuses the land with meaning, connecting it to the heritage and identity of the Māori people. When you stand before Mount Cook, you are not only looking at a mountain, you are looking at a story, a sacred guardian of the land. The experience of Aoraki is transformative. Whether you are trekking through the valleys, kayaking on glacial lakes, or simply gazing at the peak from afar, you feel a sense of reverence. It is as if the mountain speaks to something ancient within us, reminding us of endurance, resilience, and beauty. And so, as the sun sets over the Southern Alps, painting the snow in shades of pink and gold, we carry the memory of Aoraki forward. From the heights of the mountains, our journey will now turn to the tranquil turquoise waters and star-filled skies of Lake Tekapo, where nature offers another kind of wonder, one of peace, serenity, and infinite horizons. There are places in the world where time seems to pause, where the beauty of earth and sky meet in perfect harmony. In New Zealand, one such place glows like a gem set in the heart of the South Island, Lake Tekapo. With its dazzling turquoise waters by day and its endless star-filled skies by night, Tekapo is a destination that captures both the grandeur of the land and the mystery of the cosmos. This is a place where you come not just to see, but to feel, to dream, and to connect with something far greater than yourself. The first thing that strikes you about Lake Tekapo is its color. Unlike any ordinary lake, Tekapo's waters gleam in a vibrant, milky turquoise, a hue so surreal it almost seems otherworldly. This striking shade comes from glacial flour, tiny particles of rock, ground by ancient glaciers and carried into the lake by meltwater. Under the sunlight, these particles scatter blue and green light, giving the lake its iconic brilliance. To stand on its shores and gaze across its shimmering expanse is to witness a living painting, a vision of purity born from ice and time. But Tekapo's magic does not end with the lake. Rising above its western edge is Mount John, a modest summit that offers one of the most breathtaking panoramic views in all of New Zealand. From its peak, the landscape unfolds in every direction: the turquoise glow of Tekapo, the sweeping Mackenzie Basin, and the jagged snow-capped peaks of the Southern Alps in the distance. The walk to Mount John's summit is a journey through golden tussock grasslands, where the wind whispers through the hills, carrying with it the scent of alpine air. Atop Mount John sits the famous astronomical observatory, a beacon of humanity's quest to explore the stars. This region is part of the Aoraki Mackenzie International Dark Sky Reserve, one of the clearest, darkest skies on the planet. As night falls, the heavens above Tekapo ignite in a dazzling display of starlight. The Milky Way arches across the sky, its countless stars shimmering in perfect clarity. Planets, constellations, and even distant galaxies reveal themselves to the naked eye, a sight so profound it feels almost spiritual. Visitors gather on Mount John to gaze through telescopes, to trace the paths of the stars, and to be reminded that while Earth holds wonders beyond measure, the universe above is an endless source of awe. On the lake's southern shore, another icon stands quietly, but powerfully, the Church of the Good Shepherd. Built in 1935, this small stone chapel was designed to honor the pioneers of the Mackenzie region. Its rustic walls and arched windows frame a view that is nothing short of divine. The turquoise waters of Tekapo with the southern Alps rising beyond. Many visitors come here to reflect, to pray, or simply to find peace in the silence. At night, the church becomes a silhouette against the starlit sky, one of the most photographed and cherished scenes in New Zealand. Tekapo is also a place that changes with the seasons, each one painting the landscape in its own colors. In summer, the shores bloom with fields of lupins, their vibrant pinks, purples, and blues creating a living carpet that stretches to the water's edge. In autumn, golden hues sweep across the basin, while winter brings snow that dusts the hills and glistens on the lake's surface. No matter when you come, Tekapo feels timeless, as though each season simply reveals another side of its soul. But what truly makes Lake Tekapo unforgettable is not just its beauty, it is the sense of serenity it brings. The stillness of the lake, the vastness of the sky, the way day transitions into night, in a seamless symphony of light, it all invites you to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to feel present in the moment. It is a place that reminds us of the balance between earth and sky, between nature's grandeur and its quiet simplicity. For travelers, Tekapo is a place of contrasts, of vibrant days and tranquil nights, of earthly colors and cosmic wonders. Whether you're kayaking across its shimmering waters, soaking in hot pools under the stars, or simply sitting by its shore as the sun sets behind the Alps, Tekapo touches you in ways words can only begin to describe. And so, as we leave the turquoise glow of Lake Tekapo and the starlit skies of Mount John behind, the journey through New Zealand continues. Ahead lies a land where the earth itself comes alive, where geysers roar, mud pools bubble, and the culture of the Maori people thrives. Our next stop is Rotorua, the geothermal heart and cultural soul of Aotearoa. There are places on Earth where the land itself seems alive, breathing, bubbling, and shifting in a constant dance of creation. In New Zealand, that living landscape is Rotorua, a geothermal wonderland and the cultural heartland of the Maori people. Here, steam rises from the ground like whispers of the earth, geysers erupt in bursts of fury, and pools of boiling mud bubble with an ancient rhythm. Rotorua is not just a destination, it is an experience that immerses you in both the raw power of nature and the rich traditions of Aotearoa's first people. The moment you arrive in Rotorua, you know you are in a different kind of world. The scent of sulfur lingers in the air, a reminder that you are standing on one of the most active geothermal fields on the planet. Beneath your feet, forces deep within the earth shape the land in spectacular ways. At Te Puia, the legendary Pahutu geyser erupts up to 20 times a day, sending steaming water high into the air in a display that never fails to awe. Surrounding it are pools of vivid colors, bright blues, fiery oranges, and deep greens created by mineral deposits that paint the earth in surreal shades. Nearby, Waitomo, known as the Thermal Wonderland, is a kaleidoscope of geothermal marvels. The champagne pool glows in hues of orange and turquoise, its surface forever bubbling with carbon dioxide, while Lady Knox Geyser erupts like a fountain of steam and water. Walking among these wonders, you feel the pulse of the earth itself, alive and untamed. The bubbling mud pools add a playful note to the landscape, their rhythmic plops sounding like the heartbeat of the land. But Rotorua is not only about geothermal marvels, it is also the spiritual home of Maori culture. For centuries, The Maori people have lived alongside these forces of nature, weaving them into their stories, their traditions, and their way of life. In Rotorua, you can experience this culture firsthand. The sound of the putatara, the conch shell trumpet, welcomes you into a world of ancestral wisdom. Hangi feasts, cooked slowly in underground ovens using the earth's natural heat, bring people together in a meal that is both delicious and deeply rooted in tradition. Evenings in Rotorua often feature performances of kapa haka, the traditional Maori performing arts, with fierce haka dances, graceful poi movements, and powerful songs. These performances carry the spirit of a people whose connection to the land is unbreakable. Each gesture, each chant, is a story, a reminder of resilience, identity, and the importance of honoring the past while embracing the future. Rotorua is also a place of healing. For centuries, the region's hot springs have been used for relaxation and rejuvenation. The Polynesian spa, set beside Lake Rotorua, continues this tradition today, offering soothing thermal pools that draw visitors from around the world. To sit in these steaming waters, surrounded by natural beauty, is to feel the stresses of life dissolve, carried away by the same forces that have shaped this land for millennia. Yet Rotorua is more than geothermal wonders and cultural treasures. It is also a hub for adventure. The surrounding landscapes of forests, rivers, and lakes invite exploration. You can mountain bike through the Wakarewerewa forest, known for its towering redwoods and world-class trails. You can raft the Kaituna River, plunging down the highest commercially rafted waterfall in the world. Or you can glide across Lake Rotorua at sunset, the sky painted in colors that rival the geothermal pools themselves. What makes Rotorua truly unforgettable is its ability to merge extremes, fire and water, heat and calm, ancient culture and modern adventure. Few places on Earth allow you to stand beside a roaring geyser one moment, share a traditional hangi meal the next, and then relax in hot springs as the stars fill the night sky. It is a reminder that New Zealand's wonders are not only in its landscapes, but in the stories, traditions, and spirit of its people. As you leave Rotorua, the images linger. The geyser's eruption, the rhythm of haka chants, the steam rising in the cool morning air. Ahead lies another wonder, this one hidden not on the surface, but deep underground. A galaxy of lights awaits us in the darkness of caverns carved by time. Our journey now moves to the magical world of the Waitomo Caves, home to New Zealand's glowworm constellations. Some of the greatest wonders of New Zealand are not found in towering mountains or sweeping coastlines, but hidden beneath the earth, in a world carved by water and time. Welcome to the Waitomo Caves, a place where darkness transforms into a galaxy of living light. Here, millions of glowworms illuminate the underground chambers, creating a spectacle so surreal, it feels as though you are drifting through the night sky itself. This is not just a cave system, it is a journey into the heart of nature's mysteries, where silence, shadows, and shimmering lights merge into pure magic. The Waitomo Caves were formed over millions of years, as underground rivers slowly carved their way through limestone, leaving behind vast caverns, tunnels, and sculpted rock formations. Stalactites hang from the ceilings like frozen drips of time, while stalagmites rise from the ground as if reaching upward to meet them. Walking through these caves is like stepping into another world, one where nature's artistry is displayed in every curve, every hollow, every echo. But the true wonder of Waitomo reveals itself when the lights go out. In the darkness above, the glowworms awaken. These tiny creatures, known as Arachnocampa luminosa, emit a soft blue-green light, transforming the cave ceiling into a shimmering canopy. The effect is breathtaking, a starry sky underground, where each point of light is alive. As you float silently on a boat through the glowworm grotto, reflections ripple on the water, surrounding you in a dreamlike glow. Time seems to stop, and for a moment, you forget you are underground at all. What makes this experience so powerful is not just the beauty of the glowworms, but the stillness that accompanies them. The silence of the cave is profound, broken only by the soft drip of water and the gentle movement of the boat. It is a silence that amplifies the magic, a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary experiences happen when the world is quiet. Beyond the glowworms, the Waitomo region holds even more wonders. For adventurers, the caves offer challenges that go far beyond a gentle boat ride. Blackwater rafting invites thrill seekers to float, jump, and crawl through underground rivers, guided only by the glow of the worms above. Cavers can descend deep into labyrinths of tunnels and vertical drops, discovering hidden chambers where few have ventured. Each experience is a reminder of how much of our world remains unseen, waiting quietly beneath the surface. The glowworms themselves are a marvel of nature. Their light is not just for beauty, it is a survival tool, used to lure insects into sticky threads that dangle from the cave ceilings. In the darkness, these threads shimmer like strands of silver, an invisible trap in the glow. The glowworm's bioluminescence is a rare gift, found in few places on Earth, making Waitomo one of the only places where visitors can witness this phenomenon on such a scale. Yet, the caves are more than natural wonders. They are also part of the living heritage of the land. For the Maori, these caves hold deep significance, their stories tied to the spiritual and natural worlds. Local guides share these traditions with visitors, weaving mythology and science together into a tapestry of meaning. To explore Waitomo is not just to see a cave, but to walk into a place where culture and nature intertwine. Above ground, the Waitomo landscape is just as captivating. Rolling green hills stretch across the horizon, dotted with farms and forests, concealing the hidden worlds beneath. It is a gentle contrast to the mysterious caverns below, a reminder that New Zealand's beauty extends from the highest peaks to the deepest depths. The experience of Waitomo lingers long after you leave the caves. It is a place that shifts your perspective, reminding you that wonder is not always found in the grand and the vast. It can also be hidden in the delicate glow of tiny creatures, working together to turn darkness into light. As we leave the underground galaxy of Waitomo behind, our journey through New Zealand moves from mystery to magic. Ahead lies a place beloved by dreamers around the world, a land brought to life through cinema but rooted deeply in New Zealand's landscapes. Our next destination is Hobbiton, the enchanting village of Middle-earth. Some places feel like they were born from the pages of a storybook, where every hill, every pathway, and every home seems to belong to a world of imagination. In New Zealand, that storybook world is real. It is Hobbiton, the magical village of Middle-earth. Tucked among the rolling green hills of Matamata on the North Island, Hobbiton is where fantasy and reality blend seamlessly, where fans of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit step into the films they love, and where even those who have never seen the movies are enchanted by its charm. This is not just a film set, it is a living, breathing place of wonder. The magic begins the moment you approach the land. The lush, pastoral hills of Waikato set the stage perfectly soft, rolling landscapes that stretch endlessly beneath wide-open skies. It was this very scenery that convinced filmmaker Peter Jackson that he had found the Shire, the heart of Middle-earth. Today, it remains unchanged, as if time itself has chosen to preserve its beauty for the world to see. Walking into Hobbiton is like stepping through a portal. The vibrant green hills are dotted with dozens of hobbit holes, round doors painted in bright colors, nestled into the earth, framed with flowers and climbing ivy. Each one feels alive, with laundry hung to dry, gardens filled with vegetables, and smoke rising gently from chimneys. Every detail is crafted with care, from the tiny tools resting by the doors to the worn paths that lead between the homes. It feels less like a movie set and more like a place where hobbits truly live, work, and dream. The most famous of these homes is Bag End, the residence of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. Its iconic round green door has become a symbol of the Shire itself, a doorway into stories of adventure and friendship that have captured hearts around the world. Standing before it, you cannot help but feel a sense of nostalgia, even if your connection to the stories is new. It is a place that bridges imagination and reality in the most seamless way. But Hobbiton is more than just hobbit holes. The village unfolds like a living community. The mill sits beside a tranquil pond, its water wheels slowly turning as ducks drift lazily by. The double-arched stone bridge leads to the Green Dragon Inn, where visitors gather just as characters in the stories once did. Inside, the warmth of wood, the glow of lanterns, and the smell of fresh ale create an atmosphere that feels timeless. Here, guests can sip on specially brewed drinks, taste hearty meals, and share laughter as though they were part of Tolkien's world themselves. The gardens of Hobbiton are a wonder of their own. Lush, vibrant, and overflowing with life, they are tended year-round to maintain the illusion of a thriving community. Bright flowers bloom along pathways, while vegetables and herbs sprout in neat rows, ready for hobbit feasts. It is this attention to detail that makes the village feel so real, a place not just to see but to experience with all the senses. What makes Hobbiton so extraordinary is the way it stirs imagination. For fans of Tolkien, it is a pilgrimage, a chance to walk in the footsteps of beloved characters. For others, it is an escape into a simpler world, one where life is measured not by speed or stress, but by the joys of home, community, and nature. Whether you are exploring the lanes, resting on a bench, or simply gazing across the hills, Hobbiton invites you to slow down and dream. The stories of Middle-earth may have been born from the mind of an author, but here in New Zealand, they have been given a permanent home. And in that home lies a reminder of the power of storytelling, the way imagination can shape our view of the world, and the way landscapes can carry us beyond the boundaries of the ordinary. As the sun sets over the Shire, golden light spilling across the hills, Hobbiton glows with an almost magical aura. Lanterns flicker to life, casting warm light on stone paths, and the Green Dragon fills with laughter. It is a farewell that feels less like leaving a film set and more like departing from a friend's village, carrying with you memories that will last forever. And so, from the magic of Hobbiton, our journey now turns to a place where the energy of imagination meets the power of reality. A vibrant capital city filled with culture, creativity, and coastal beauty. Next, we arrive in Wellington, the windy city and the artistic heart of New Zealand. There are cities that never sleep, and there are cities that never stop inspiring. Wellington, the capital of New Zealand, is one of those rare places where creativity flows as freely as the ocean breeze. Known as the Windy City, Wellington is not just a hub of government and business, it is a vibrant blend of art, culture, innovation, and natural beauty. Here, nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling harbor, New Zealand's capital pulses with an energy that feels both dynamic and deeply human. It is a place where modern life and artistic spirit intertwine, making it unlike any other city in the world. The first thing you notice about Wellington is its setting. Perched on the southern tip of the North Island, the city seems cradled between sea and mountains. The harbor glitters with sailboats, while houses climb the surrounding hillsides like colorful steps rising toward the sky. On windy days, which are frequent, the air feels charged with vitality, as though the very atmosphere is alive. It is this geography, this fusion of land and sea, that gives Wellington both its charm and its restless energy. At the heart of the city lies the bustling waterfront, a place where locals and visitors alike come to walk, cycle, or simply sit and soak in the views. Cafes spill out onto the promenade, offering the perfect spot to sip coffee while watching ferries glide across the water. Street performers add music and laughter, while joggers weave between sculptures and artworks that dot the path. The waterfront is not just a destination, it is Wellington's living room, where the city comes together. One of Wellington's greatest treasures is Te Papa Tongarewa, the Museum of New Zealand. More than a museum, it is a gateway into the soul of the nation. Here, history, science, art, and culture come alive through interactive exhibits and powerful storytelling. Visitors can walk through colossal models of whales, stand in the middle of a simulated earthquake, or marvel at Gallipoli, the scale of our war. An exhibition created in collaboration with the legendary Weta Workshop Te Papa is a place where learning feels like an adventure, and every gallery deepens your connection to New Zealand's heritage. Speaking of Weta Workshop, Wellington is also the beating heart of New Zealand's film industry. Known as Wellywood, it is the birthplace of some of the world's most beloved movies. From The Lord of the Rings to Avatar, the creative geniuses of Weta have transformed Wellington into a hub of global imagination. Tours of the workshop reveal the secrets behind movie magic, from fantastical creatures to intricate costumes, reminding visitors that art and technology can combine to transport us into entirely new worlds. But Wellington is not all about film and museums. Its streets themselves are alive with creativity. Colorful murals adorn alleyways, small galleries showcase local artists, and independent shops offer everything from handmade jewelry to quirky collectibles. Cuba Street, in particular, is the heart of Wellington's eclectic soul. Known for its bohemian spirit, it bursts with vintage shops, lively cafes, and the iconic bucket fountain that splashes unsuspecting passers-by. It is the kind of street where every corner tells a story, every storefront feels like a piece of art, and every cafe welcomes you like an old friend. The city is also a paradise for food lovers. Wellington has more cafes, bars, and restaurants per capita than almost anywhere else in the world. From world-class fine dining to hidden food trucks serving fusion delights, the culinary scene reflects the city's diversity and creativity. And of course, coffee culture reigns supreme. Wellingtonians are fiercely proud of their brews, and the city has earned a reputation as one of the best coffee capitals on the planet. For those who crave the outdoors, Wellington delivers in abundance. Just minutes from the city center, you can hike trails that lead to sweeping views of the harbor, wander through the lush botanic gardens, or take the iconic red cable car up to Kelburn for panoramic vistas. Zealandia, a groundbreaking eco-sanctuary, offers a glimpse of what New Zealand's environment looked like before human settlement. Here, native birds like the tui and the kaka soar freely, and nighttime tours reveal the shy kiwi in its natural habitat. As evening falls, Wellington transforms again. The waterfront glows with lights reflected on the water. Theaters come alive with performances, and live music spills from bars and street corners. It is a city that seems to thrive equally in daylight and after dark, fueled by its creative heartbeat and welcoming spirit. Wellington is more than just a capital. It is a microcosm of New Zealand's essence. It is bold, artistic, innovative, and deeply connected to both nature and culture. To walk its streets is to feel the pulse of a nation that treasures its past while embracing the future with open arms. And from this vibrant capital, our journey now turns southward, across the waters of the Cook Strait, into landscapes that redefine natural grandeur. Ahead lies the South Island, and with it, one of the most breathtaking regions of them all, Abel Tasman National Park, where golden beaches and turquoise seas await. There are landscapes that calm the soul, and there are landscapes that ignite a sense of freedom. Abel Tasman National Park, on the northern tip of New Zealand's South Island, is one of those rare places that does both. With its golden beaches, turquoise waters, and lush forests, it feels like paradise sculpted by nature itself. Here, the rhythm of the ocean meets the whisper of the trees, creating a sanctuary where time slows down and every breath feels alive with possibility. Abel Tasman is not just a park, it is an invitation to step into a world of natural perfection. The first thing that strikes you about Abel Tasman is its light. The sun seems to shine brighter here, turning the sands into shimmering gold and the sea into endless shades of blue and green. The coastline curves gently, forming bays and coves so pristine they look untouched by time. This is the smallest of New Zealand's national parks, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in beauty. Every corner, every inlet, every trail feels like a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. One of the best ways to explore Abel Tasman is by walking the Abel Tasman Coast Track, one of New Zealand's famed great walks. Stretching over 60 kilometers, the trail winds through native forests, along cliff tops, and down to golden beaches where the tide ebbs and flows like a living heartbeat. Hikers cross tidal flats, climb ridges with sweeping ocean views, and rest on beaches so perfect they could be postcards. Whether you walk the entire track or just a section, the journey is as rewarding as the destination. For many, the sea itself is Abel Tasman's greatest allure. Kayaking along the coastline offers a perspective that feels almost otherworldly. As you paddle across crystal clear waters, you glide past rocky outcrops where seals bask in the sun, playful and curious. Sometimes, dolphins appear, swimming alongside in graceful arcs. Above, seabirds soar against the endless sky, their calls echoing over the water. Each stroke of the paddle feels like entering deeper into a natural paradise where humans are only humble guests. The park is also home to a remarkable range of wildlife. In the forests, native birds such as the tui and bellbird fill the air with their melodic songs, while little blue penguins occasionally waddle ashore after a day of fishing. The waters are alive with marine life, from schools of fish darting below the surface to rays gliding silently across the sandy seabed. It is a reminder of New Zealand's commitment to conservation here. Nature thrives, and its balance is carefully protected. Abel Tasman's beaches are more than just beautiful, they are transformative. Anchorage Bay, with its long stretch of golden sand, is perfect for swimming and camping beneath the stars. Torrent Bay feels like a secluded paradise, only accessible when the tide allows, creating a sense of discovery each time you arrive. Then there's Awaroa Beach, often called the People's Beach, because New Zealanders once came together to save it from private ownership, ensuring it would remain free and open for everyone. It stands as a symbol of the country's deep respect for its natural heritage. What makes Abel Tasman truly special, though, is its ability to connect you with a slower rhythm of life. Here, there are no roaring highways, no towering cities, only the sounds of waves, wind, and birdsong. It is a place where you can walk barefoot along the sand, breathe in the salty air, and feel as though the world has finally paused just for you. Many travelers describe their time in Abel Tasman not just as a visit, but as a reset for the soul. For the Maori, this region has long been a place of importance, with stories and traditions tied to its land and sea. Exploring Abel Tasman is not only an encounter with nature's beauty, but also a step into a landscape rich with cultural meaning. Local guides share these connections, adding layers of depth to the already breathtaking scenery. As the sun sets over Abel Tasman, the sea glows with a fiery reflection, and the beaches take on a warm, golden hue. Campfires flicker on the sand, kayaks rest pulled up on shore, and the night sky fills with stars so bright they seem close enough to touch. It is a farewell that feels less like leaving a park, and more like saying goodbye to a dream made real. From the serenity of Abel Tasman, our journey continues deeper into the South Island, toward landscapes that are wilder, grander, and more dramatic than anywhere else on Earth. Ahead lies Fiordland, a land of towering cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and deep, mysterious fjords, New Zealand's ultimate testament to the power of nature. There are landscapes that inspire awe, and there are landscapes that leave you utterly speechless. Fiordland, on the remote southwestern corner of New Zealand's South Island, is the kind of place that humbles you with its sheer scale. Towering cliffs plunge into dark waters, waterfalls cascade endlessly from mist-shrouded peaks, and ancient forests cling to the edges of fjords carved by glaciers over millions of years. This is Fiordland, New Zealand's ultimate wilderness, a land so raw, so dramatic, and so untouched that it feels like the earth before time. The heart of Fiordland lies in its fjords, the most famous of which is Milford Sound, often called the eighth wonder of the world. No photograph, no video, no story can truly capture the feeling of sailing into Milford Sound for the first time. As the boat glides across still waters, sheer cliffs rise nearly a mile above your head, their granite faces cloaked in green moss and dripping with waterfalls that seem to fall straight from the clouds. The sense of scale is overwhelming. Nature here feels immense, eternal, and indifferent to human presence. When the rain comes, and it often does, Milford's sound transforms. Dozens, even hundreds, of temporary waterfalls pour down from the cliffs, creating a living curtain of water. The sound of rushing torrents mixes with the cries of seabirds, and mist drifts across the fjord like smoke. Far from spoiling the view, the rain makes it even more magical. It is as if the land itself is alive, breathing through its waterfalls and clouds. Equally breathtaking is Doubtful Sound, Milford's larger and quieter sibling. Known as the Sound of Silence, Doubtful is a place where you feel the weight of remoteness. The fjord stretches for miles, its waters so deep and still they reflect the mountains like a mirror. Wildlife flourishes here. Bottlenose dolphins leap playfully beside boats, fur seals bask on rocky shores, and rare Fiordland-crested penguins nest along the hidden coves. The silence is profound, broken only by the sound of waves lapping against stone or the distant call of a bird. It is one of the few places on Earth where the modern world feels impossibly far away. Fiordland is not only about its fjords, it is a land of endless adventure. The Milford Track, often described as the finest walk in the world, takes hikers through valleys, across suspension bridges, past alpine lakes, and alongside countless waterfalls. Each step reveals another vista more breathtaking than the last. Other trails, like the Rootburn and Kepler tracks, offer equally unforgettable journeys through landscapes of glacier-carved valleys and high mountain ridges. To walk these paths is to follow in the footsteps of explorers, to see the land as it has been for millennia. The power of Fiordland comes not just from what you see, but from what you feel. Standing on the deck of a boat, looking up at cliffs that seem to scrape the sky, or listening to the thunder of a waterfall crashing into the fjord below, you feel small yet in the best possible way. It is a humbling reminder that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. This region is also a stronghold of conservation. Fiordland National Park, one of the largest national parks in the world, protects these ancient landscapes and the rare species that call them home. The dense rainforests shelter kiwi birds, morapork owls, and countless unique plants found nowhere else. The waters of the fjords are equally extraordinary, with a rare phenomenon where a layer of fresh water sits above salt water, allowing deep-sea creatures to live much closer to the surface. It is a world within a world, hidden beneath the waves. As the sun sets over Fiordland, the peaks are painted in shades of orange and pink, while the fjords turn to liquid silver beneath the fading light. Stars slowly pierce the night sky, reflecting on waters so still they appear bottomless. In these moments, Fiordland feels like a sanctuary, not just of nature, but of the spirit, a place where you reconnect with the primal beauty of the earth. Our journey through New Zealand has taken us from volcanic peaks to golden beaches, from vibrant cities to mystical caves, from the charm of Hobbiton to the wild heart of Fiordland. Each destination has revealed a different face of this extraordinary land, but together they form a single truth. New Zealand is a country of wonders, where nature, culture, and imagination unite to create experiences unlike anywhere else on Earth. And though our travels end here in the shadow of Fiordland's towering cliffs, the story of New Zealand never truly ends. It lives on in the memories we carry, in the landscapes that linger in our dreams, and in the desire to return again and again to this land of endless wonder. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels and see you in the next video.